Hey, what's going on guys? It is Lasty here and welcome to episode 1 of The Random Pick, my new series where basically you guys wanted me to do this. I pick a number between 1 and 50 on random.org, then I go to that corresponding page number on the market, search in only golds and pick out basically the highest rated player from that page, and then we do it all again. We random pick a number, pick the highest rated player from that page, and we then end up with two players that I must then go out and buy in the market and make a squad builder around them. So that way you get the randomness of it, you get the squad builder aspect of it, and you also see some goals as well. So the first player we pick out here is a Wesley Sneijder, but also on the same page there's another 87 rated player being Thiago Silva. So if that sort of thing occurs guys, I am going to leave it up to whatever I decide to do. I'm going to leave it up to, picking up the second player on the market here and then deciding which player I would have gone with out of those 287 rateds. So as you can see, the first page we got was page 41. The second page we get here is, I believe, actually not quite sure, I guess it's page 16. Yeah, it was page 16, and the highest rated player on this page is actually Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So we know that we have got to pick up either a Sneijder or Thiago Silva, and we have to pick up an Ibra. So I figured it was going to be a little bit too easy if I just had Thiago Silva and Ibra, because they both play for the same club. So you could quite easily do a Ligue 1 squad builder, which is a little bit boring. So what I decided to do was I picked my formation here. We're going to go with a 4-2-2 today, just because I decided that it's got enough central attacking mid positions and also two strikers as well, which is cool. So what we're going to do is go into the market and pick up our Wesley Sneijder, or actually our Zlatan first. We're going to pick up Zlatan. As you can see here, just filtering out to show his prices, and then obviously I'm dropping it down, figuring out that 605k bin in the striker position is actually going to be the cheapest buy now on the market, and luckily enough for me it is actually in the formation that I plan to use. So that's lucky. We paid 605k there for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He is one of our two players we need to put, so we put him at left striker. So now it's time to go out onto the market and pick up our second player. We decided to obviously go for Wesley Sneijder just because it would have been too easy otherwise with Thiago Silva. I wasn't sure how much he was going to cost. It turns out he's actually pretty cheap. I believe I pay about 4,300 coins for a Sneijder in my formation with enough contracts and decent fitness already. So we decided to just pick that one up and stick him in the club. I'm going to play him at the right-sided cam. So basically how I did this was just random.org, a number between 1 and 50, and I did that twice. So that got us to our page on the market. We then chose our players. We've then gone out into the market and bought the players. You don't actually have to buy the one on that page that we randomly picked, because you're going to end up spending too much. But as you can see, we've got Sneijder out here on the right hand side of attacking midfield, and then Zlatan as our left striker. So I then went on to Foothead myself and decided on a team that I think would be best to use here. The formation is going to be completely up to me, unless you guys want to, in the description below, leave a comment for your formation for the next video. The one with the highest rated thumbs up I will probably look at doing for the next one. But this is the squad I actually decided to come up with here. In goal we've got the inform Ruffier, who plays in Ligue 1 for, I believe that's Saint Etienne. He's a really solid keeper. I have gotten on quite well with him in the past. We have got Abdoulaye Konko's in-form card at right back, who, as I've said multiple times, is a really solid player. Diakite at centre back, 70 pace, 85 heading on him, and he's 6'4". Then we've got Yunus Kabul, who we all know is a bit OP. So there's a bit of a French link there. Then we move over into the Premiership with Ashley Cole, someone I've never used before, so I wanted to pick him up and give him a go. The Up Sandro card is something I've never used before, so I wanted to also pick him up and make sure he was in this squad. And then we go with Williams in Serie A, because then you get a bit of a Brazilian, French, Premier League, Serie A link, which is quite cool. Left-sided attacking mid player to give chemistry to Ibrahimovic is going to be Lucas Moura. Then we over on the right, we obviously have Wesley Sneijder. The one on the page 41 or whatever it was actually his Inter card, so that's what we went with. And then to give him some good strong link chemistry, we got the informed Palacio up top, who I already had in my club from a different squad. And then obviously we have Ibra getting that 9 chem off of Lucas. So our two big players here are Wesley Sneijder and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So what I'm going to do now is show you some goals, and then what will come back is we will come back, see the squad again, give an overall review, show you how much the squad cost and stuff, and then give an overall opinion on it at the end. So it's goal time, guys. Alright, so the first goal we have got here is just a nice header to show that Diakite has got that 85 heading. He's only a 77 rated card, but he's got 85 stats as a header. And also he's 6'4", which is pretty cool. Sandro, I've talked about saying I wanted to use him. He has got an upgraded card, and it is amazing. He is so good. He scored 2 goals in the 4 games that I played online. Also played a couple of games against Nas, and I also played a couple of games against Sam, FIFA Raw, and Jamie's Gaming. So got some games in there against my friends. Some of those goals are there, like that goal there from Lucas. Then we have a nice little goal against Nas, I believe, which was fake Rabona to Rabona cross and then headed in by Palacio. So not too bad, I guess. Palacio seemed to be a really cool little finisher and in the right place at the right time. Really enjoy his inform card, especially now that it's been moved to striker. Then we are now on to Sneijder's clips. So what I got with him in those couple of games was a couple of free kick shots, which were actually both against Nas. So Gommel Nas, you need to Gommel, mate. He has got really solid free kick stats. That also goes along with he has really incredible passing. And then 5-star weak foot to score this absolute beastly goal I got in my. That was my first shot I took with him in an online game, and it was just, yeah, I fell in love from there pretty much. He, that's what you want to see. Left foot, so that's on his weak foot, which is obviously 5 stars, and that was just a lovely goal. So now we're moving on to Ibra's goals. He played very well for me. I was actually playing pretty terribly, but Ibra's the sort of player that is good enough to kind of just get you that advantage anyway. Like obviously his finishing there is just fantastic. He has a great first touch, having all that high dribbling stat and stuff, but also some incredible power in his shots and stuff. And he's just a beast. He's got so much strength that the fact that he's only got 77 or 78 pace, whatever it is, just doesn't matter. Cheeky little chip finish there. Didn't really chip up, but you know, it looked quite finessey. And then a nice goal here. I believe this is the last goal. Sort of a nice stance to take that shot and an easy finish into the back of the net. So yeah, he's really cool. He's got so much strength that the pace on him doesn't matter. And we've got Palacio up top anyway for pace, and Lucas Moura standing behind him. So those are the goals that I scored in the games that I played with this squad. I ended up playing 4 games online. And then I think it was 5 or 6 against me mates. Most of the goals were actually scored online, I believe. But a standout defender in this squad was probably Kabul. The standout defensive midfielder was most definitely Sandro's up card. He is awesome. 750 coins you can pick him up for. I highly recommend all of you guys either trying him out in a Brazilian or a BPL squad. I know a lot of you like to use them. So giving a bit of a review on Wesley Sneijder, he is a really good all-around midfielder. In the 4-2-2 you almost play him like a right mid, which doesn't suit him brilliantly, but he has that 5-star weak foot to cut in. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 player rating because he got 1 goal in 4 games. He didn't contribute an awful lot, but his passing and setting up goals was fantastic, and a nice player indeed to use. So moving on to Zlatan, he scored 4 goals in 4 games, was probably the main catalyst in this entire squad. He probably set up just as many goals as Sneijder did, and just for being Zlatan, he gets a 9 out of 10. He's not a perfect player because he's not the quickest, but that is the entire squad. He gets a 9 out of 10. I really liked him. Didn't really enjoy the squad too much. I'd probably give that a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But we'll move on and, you know, do this again. We've spent about 800k on this squad. So let me know, guys, if you want a specific formation. If I don't really get too many comments, then what I'm going to do is just do my own formation. I'm really looking to see some feedback on this, so 1,000 likes would be great. Thank you for watching, guys. Come follow me on Twitter, and I would catch you later. Peace.